Hello, you freaky ferrets. So today we'll be going over WoW Audit and the functionality it has with RC Loot Council and how to manage it, how to upload your sims. Before we begin, we need to talk about some required add-ons. So you're going to go to your WAGO, your WoW Up, your CourseVerge, whatever you have. You're going to ensure you have Simulation Craft downloaded, as well as RC. You type in, you download RC Loot Council, and then one person in the raid has to have WoW Audit version of WoW Loot Council. Most likely your someone in your Loot Council will have it, or your raid leader. As long as someone has it, it will be shared with everybody. Once those add-ons are downloaded, you're going to actually go over to your Discord channel. For this example, we're using my guild, a guild I'm part of, Black Label. In any of the channels, you're going to do /link. Look for the link account with WoW Audit. You're going to enter. Click the little URL. That's going to bring you to this page. It's going to be a WoW Audit page. You're going to hit login with BNet. And this is also going to link your Discord at the same time, which should be really cool. Takes a couple seconds. Once it's linked, it's going to look like this. It's going to show everything. You're going to go on the top right, hit back to home. Boom. And it's going to look like this. You're going to go to US or EU, depending on your guild. You're going to type in the server. For this example, Black Label is on Kel'Thas. So you're going to type in Kel, and then Kel'Thas will come up, and then type in the guild name, Black Label. Boom. It's going to take you to the dashboard. So as a typical raider, you wouldn't have a lot of access to edit things, but you will have access to its wish lists down the left. You're going to go to personal. You're going to start there. There's 2 reports you can upload to it. You can upload a raid bots, which is going to be your typical DPS or potentially tank is going to be using that most likely for this. And healers will be using QE reports, we'll get to second. So for DPS, you can just go to your raid bots link, or you can click this green button up top. Boom. It's going to take you here. And then we're going to go, it's going to load your character, but you will in game. Now that you have the Simulation Craft add-on, you're going to confirm your spec. Let's say this is my single target raid spec. I'm going to confirm that's that spec I'm in. Then I'm going to type /simc in game. And I'm going to control C to copy it. And then I'm going to go back to the Dropamizer. And that's where I'm going to drop that in at. But I have to make sure I'm on that single target raid spec, or it's not going to be accurate. Run the difficulty that I'm selecting. For those who are starting with normal heroic, like most guilds will be, you have to make sure a officer or raid leader has edited the WoW Audit permissions to allow you to drop your normal sims into it, which I'll show how to do later. You're gonna scroll down to the bottom, ensure it's patchwork, 1 boss. You're gonna run the Dropamizer. It can be a paid service. It does take it's pretty quick when it's paid for. If you're not paid for it will take a little longer. You have a queue, and if you're doing it before raid on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, it can take a little while. So I recommend doing it a little sooner. For this purpose of the video, I already have it done. I'm going to grab the URL of this link, go back to WoW Audit, and right in this little box, I'm going to drop it and go to go. If there's any issues with it, it will error out and it'll tell you what's wrong with it, such as it's a 5 boss sim and not a 1 boss sim. It's going to tell you, just listen to what it says and go and fix it. For QE, you can just create a little link. This link will take you directly to the upgrade finder. If you Google QE by itself, which I have over here, it's actually won't let you click on the upgrade finder. I just recommend clicking it directly through the WoW Audit. QE is a little different for those who haven't used it before. You're going to select your current spec at the top. Let's say I'm playing a Mistweaver Monk. Boom, this is my Mistweaver Monk. I would, whatever I need to select depending on the spec, and I'm going to import gear over here, change it to normal mode. I need to import my SimSeed to show the gear that I have, and then I'm going to run the sim based on that. And then the same thing, the URL back to WoW Audit. There is definitely a lot more purpose for WoW Audit than just this, but this is what a typical raid member is just going to have to do pre-raid at some point. If you have upgrades that you've gotten since you've ran the sim and uploaded it, it will error out. So when the loot happens, there it will be, your name will be X'd out. So it will error out. So they will know if you've gotten loot since your sim has been updated. Just something to keep in mind. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a good day.